Well, this is going to pretty much be take one. All right, YouTube. I was debating should I make this video, but shoot, even as a mechanic, we go to things like YouTube, Google, All Data, Mitchell On Demand, and all of those are pretty much, they are sources for mechanics to figure out things that they never even done before. Now, if you got somebody that work at a dealership, then they used to the same type of car coming in every day, same parts, the same procedure. But when you work at a general shop meaning any type of style car, any make or model comes in, even though he's the best mechanic and we generally know how systems work, that's not to say that we know where all the parts are located or where all the screws are. So by us having to deal with so many different models and makes, we have to look up on YouTube, Google, and sources like All Data or Mitchell On Demand. Now, a lot of shops, they have, I don't know what they have now because I've been out the game for a while. But when I left mechanics, like I hung on my rag probably about 5 years ago. So I don't know what's changed in 5 years as far as information. But when I was there, it used to be All Data. And I know a couple places, and that's kind of old school, they have Mitchell On Demand, but most places use the updated of All That. I don't know what they still use. And every mechanic go to YouTube now. Sure, I got a whole lot of buddies that got years in the game, and if they get stumped on where something is located or whatever, they'll pull up YouTube in a minute. So my YouTube is going to be one of these videos that's going to be in how do you take and replace an interior door handle on a 1999 Toyota Camry LE. So this is what it looks like. I thought this part came with the bracket that goes over it, but it don't. So I realized I gotta go back and get the rest of the stuff. And I got this from Advanced Auto, and the part number is 91004, and the brand is actually Doorman. So I got this from Advanced. I didn't get it from the dealership. And it's cheap. Like, by this being a very older car, the parts for this thing is so cheap. It's no excuse why you don't keep your car fixed up. And it's almost, I think antiques are considered 20 years and older. So if you got something that's 20 years and older, you can classify it. I don't know if it's as a classic. I think it can be classified as a classic. Not an antique, because antique gotta be, I don't know the exact year. That might be 30 years for antique, but it can be considered a classic. So I already started taking stuff apart. So I say, you know what? Information is power. So I've been sharing all this information with y'all all this while. So let me keep it going. So this is how far I got so far. So this is your door panel. And these door panels sometimes can be a pain to take off. And so far I took the the motor that makes the windows go up and down. And it looks like this. Like I can put it back in. So really, like, it'll be in like that. And all you gotta do is get a flathead screwdriver. It don't have to be this big. And you pretty much put that in there and this pops out. So there's a clip on the back. So it pops out of place. And then once you pop it out of place, there is a wiring harness that is connected to it. And on the back of the wire harness is like you push a button and you push that in to detach it from that. And once you push the button, it's not just gonna come out. You're gonna have to wiggle it out. So once you wiggle it out, it'll come out. Sometimes you just gotta wiggle. So you have a screw right here. You have a screw in there, and these are star bit screws. So I got my star bit to take that off once I get to that point. And some of them actually have it to where it was screws. Oh, it is screws under here. So it's a screw right here, a screw right here, and it is screws right here and a screw right there, and they're all star bit. And then there's actually a clip right here. I already took that one out, so yeah. But once I get everything off, then I'll pretty much show you from there. Once you get it off, this is pretty much straight to the point. So I think he gonna need a motor, because when he go to try to roll his window up, you gotta play with that thing. So I gotta see how much a motor costs so that, you know, the windows can work. So yeah. I think you need another door panel too. I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna set you the price for that. So, man, that accident must have been bad. A lot of damage on this thing is from an accident. So, yeah, let's get this damn car in better shape. See, this is what a door panel look like. And to be honest, I feel like this person can use another door panel, but this door panel pretty much done had it. And this must be the part number right here to get it from the dealership. So, yeah. Yeah, you can use another dang door panel for real. Side of a door panel looks like, on most cars, you know, when they go down the assembly line, you know, workers are putting stuff on it as it goes down the line. So, you know, it looks like this door has been removed before, but that's neither here nor there. It could just be from the fact that it's just an old car that's been through a lot of just wear and tear. So, yep. But the part that we looking at right now, forget all this other stuff. I could probably put some glue or tape to kind of keep this together, but that don't even matter. So let me take this off, and then we can go from there. So once again, that's a star bit. Same screwdriver, star bit, you screw it off. It has a washer on it. You save everything. When you take anything apart, you want to do your best to be organized with how you take bolts off, because it is so easy to lose a bolt, or you got all your bolts together and now you don't know which bolt go to this and go to that. So now when it's time to assemble, you can't put it back together because either you confused on which bolt go where, or you done lost something. And shoot, and then when working on engines, it's really terrible because, you know, especially if you know, bent over the car and you trying to get something loose and you get it loose and you ain't have a hold of it and that thing fall down in the engine, a lot of times you don't recover that back. And if you do recover it back, you probably gonna need a magnet wand to dig it and fish it out. I hate that. I just did that the other day on my dang Nissan. So let me organize my screws. All right, I got this stuff organized. So I'll put that right there. All right, so we got that off. And we got one, it's two screws that hold this on. Alright, so that's off. So you have to slide it forward and then come out, because it slides in. So once it comes out, you have two rods that is holding it. But the reason why we're replacing this one is because this handle had completely broke. Like, this thing is just, I don't know what happened here. Like I said, it could have been an accident, who knows, or just some strong ass hands that just, I broke it. Yes, girl, I'm strong for no reason. I broke the handle, so Wait a minute. I wasn't ready, but the handle wasn't either, and it took a hit. So once you get it off, like I said, it's 2 rods. Don't get your rods confused. The bottom rod is for the handle, so you take that off. And the top rod is for the lock. See, this is the lock right here. So you kind of pull forward and you wiggle that off. So this is the old messed up part. So this is garbage. I could pretty much throw this joint away. So let's get everything. Let's get the 2 rods. Let's get the 2 rods hooked up. Remember, we said the bottom rod goes to the handle and the top rod goes to the lock. So a lot of times you're gonna have to kind of play with it. Like I'm gonna have to pull this handle out just so I can, fish this rod into the hole. So let me pull the handle out. Matter of fact, you don't have to pull it out. You just want to line up the holes. So you gotta wiggle it around or even play with the lock to get the holes to line up. That's all we're trying to do. Got that in. Yeah, just gonna get this bottom one fished in there. Alright. And they are both secure. They are both secure. Alright, so I got both the handles. I got both the rods in there. You gotta be careful because, the rods are kind of close together. You can get confused what is the top and what is the bottom. And like I said, the bottom one goes to the handle and the top rod goes to the lock. So once you get to where both rods are properly where they should be, now like I said, you want to slide it back into assembly. So these are the 2 square holes that this back part going to slide into. Then you just push it. You push it back. And then you get your screws and you just assemble. This is what it looks like once it is assembled. So the reason why I'm stressing the importance of the rod placement, because each rod does its own function. So this bottom rod is the handle, right? So you see how I pull the handle and this releases the locking mechanism so you can open your door. You see that? Let's just say I had put this on the lock. Every time you try to unlock, you go open your door. Every time you try to pull your handle, open the door, you're gonna lock your car. So, and it's working good. See? So they all do their different functions. That's why you gotta stress the fact of putting stuff back together correctly. All right, so this is the end result, but I'm kind of, I have to call the part store back because the whole face of this is missing. So like I said, I'm gonna price that face, I'm gonna price that side panel, and I'm gonna price this motor. I'm gonna just knock this whole area out and make it all new again. So anybody that had this issue with their Toyota 1999 Toyota Camry, I hope this video helped you. So you guys have a lovely, blessed day. Let's love each other, not judge each other, because I never judge y'all. And I love y'all because time is of the essence. And I just made better time helping my friend out. My friend said he needed me to work on his car, and I worked on my friend's car. So see you soon.